Now, in my last video, I was telling y'all about our training. So now I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about our equipment that we use. And like I said before, all of this goes into busting the myth of hypervigilance in veterans. So throughout my career, I've had 4 combat tours. 4. Each combat tour has been different from the other. And the reason why that is because most of the time when you go overseas, you have different assignments. Your unit have different jobs that you have to do to provide support for the overall mission of the war, which a lot of times means we're using different equipment, right? So my first 2 tours were actually combat tours, and we've seen combat and we did combat, but I was more trained on the aspect of what I would see in combat. I was trained on how to provide what we call combat lifesaver to not just military personnel, but to civilians on the battlefield as well. I actually worked, my first tour, I was actually in a medical unit, and it was a MASH. So the training that I got from that particular unit was as if I was a medic myself. I was more like a medic aid while providing fuel for the unit. So I became highly skilled in how to give IVs and how to evaluate a casualty, how to basically keep somebody from dying on the battlefield. I was also trained in mortuary affairs. By my second and third tour, this is where I started doing more of my job and started going on what is called CLPs, Combat Logistical Patrols. And this is where we started working with more equipment, something that we call the Blue Force Tracker. And this is where we started doing a lot more risk assessments. And it was the same thing with my third and fourth tour. But what became more, or shall I say less, was me actually seeing combat. By my fourth tour, I didn't see any combat at all. So from my first tour to my fourth tour, my combat experience kind of shrunk over the years, which in my case minimized PTSD within me greatly.